All right, day 2 of the OFA challenge. Today is all about failure and what it teaches us. Um, Checklist for today, right? Watch Russell's video on the one funnel away presentation. He talks about in that video. It's about 40 minutes long. I'll see if I can find a link I can throw in here. He talks about the roller coaster of the last 10 years of his life, of building a company, not really knowing how to run and handle and manage employees, increasing his overhead as a result, paying out all these people, and then going bankrupt almost, and then building a funnel and saving Christmas, right? And then having payroll tax not get paid over the course of a year, and having that huge $250,000 nut to cover, and not having any money to do that, enough to cover that, right? And having to build a funnel, sell a bunch of stuff, and that funnel paid off that and helped prevent him from going to jail, all that type of stuff. Anyways, a bunch of other stories, and there's a lot of little nuggets that kind of come out of it. So if you have a chance to watch it, I would. It's a cool story. It's a little emotional too. But 2 things I got out of that. One, confirmation about just how important funnels are. Websites are great. Funnels are better. And the reason why on that is a website is really just kind of like if you thought of it as like a physical store. You walk in and imagine going into a store where there's no real guidance as to what you do. Like, say I have to go camping. I walk into a camping store. I've never been camping before. What do I do? What do I need? I don't know. So you're like, well, you just randomly start buying stuff, then you go camping and you have a bad experience. That's kind of what a website's like, right? You don't really know where to go. There's so many options. You don't really know which option you need to pick and choose. Even if you do good user experience design and stuff like that, oftentimes websites are just 40, 50 different choices on a homepage, and you're not sure which one to pick. Funnels, on the other hand, are like walking into a store and having a guided salesperson walk you through everything you need to do. I always hear examples of Nordstrom's. I guess I haven't been to Nordstrom's in a long time, so I don't know. But imagine going into Nordstrom's and you need to be dressed for a job interview. And this is, a job interview for a huge company, dream job. You don't need to do anything like that. And so the salesperson then starts asking you, cool, well, tell me about the company. What is it? What do they need? Great. Awesome. Well, for that type of company, we should probably get you this type of suit. You're going to need these socks. You're going to need these shoes. All right. We got that all taken care of. Awesome. Do you have any ties? No. Awesome. Let's help you figure out which ties are going to match that suit and that shirt. Cool. Excellent. And they take you through the whole process. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, you probably need a haircut and you probably need to shave and all that type of stuff. And here you go. Here's people that'll, oh, by the way, we've got that here. Go ahead and sit down, get your hair cut. Imagine having an experience like that where they take your hand and walk you through the entire sales process and help you buy everything you need to get the end result you want, which is get that job interview, just knock it out of the park and get that job, right? That's kind of the difference between funnels, and that's kind of what he talks about. And then we go into the story about, how his world has been up and down, which is really cool. I'm sure there's hundreds of other stories out there like that with entrepreneurs, right? Where they were one thing away from closing their doors, and then they went into something. I think I heard a story of, was it Jack Welch or somebody who was going bankrupt? They went to Vegas, played poker, won, and then actually took all that money that they won, and they were able to use that to keep the doors open for another month or two while they got things humming and sales coming in. So there's always those instances, right? In this case, it's the one funnel away challenge, so we're focusing on funnels. And the theme was failure. So I was thinking about what are the failures I've had in my life, and I've had a lot. And every single failure has actually led me to something good. It's led me in a new direction. It's helped me learn a lot about myself. It's helped me understand what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, who are good business partners, who are not, who are good employees, who are not, what are good industries to be in and what are not, all those types of things. And it's the failures that teach me way more than my successes, probably because they hurt more, and you spend more time reflecting on those failures than you do on the successes, because you're just like, oh, I got the win, cool, moving on to the next thing. Whereas the failure, you're like, why does this hurt? Why did I do that? Why did I move in that direction? Why, right? Some of the things that I pulled out that are little nuggets from his little chat, and I took notes down here, is you don't have a business you don't really have a business until you have continuity in your business. And that pretty much means you have monthly revenue coming in automatically, ideally, right? You've got a service or product or something like that. When we first split away, from SIBO Marketing to create SIBO Development, later to become SiteSmash when we rebranded it right before it shut down. We were a project-based business. So we built websites, and so we didn't really have anything going on. When we were still part of SIBO Marketing, the idea was that we would build these projects at a profit and then convert those clients over into marketing clients. And there was a really hard making that transition for some reason. We would hand them over to the marketing team and they would not be good fits, or they would drop the ball, or they would sign them up and the website wouldn't convert well, right? Because we built a beautiful site, it wasn't necessarily a converting site. So that was cool having that. And this is like, duh, of course, right? You think about that, but when you're building a business, you're like, juggling 20 balls in the air. You're essentially building a plane in flight, and you just kind of don't know those things. And then the second thing that came out of that was don't hire employees until you have that continuity. So we hired a bunch of employees to help out at SIBO Development / SiteSmash, and we were still project based. And I had 2 people that really kind of helped me learn how to be better. Shane Roy with Zero Barriers came in and helped train us to be better sales individuals and better fulfillment, so that we could get money faster and close more projects, which was one thing. And then Mike Schmidt with Anchorwave, who runs Agency Mastermind, he actually gave a training on how you can take a website project and turn it into a 24-month payment project. You complete the website in 3 months, but then they pay you for 24 months, and which most website projects, good projects, are about $20,000 for a good website. And so we were hunting those people and trying to get them to buy into that. And then we bundled in maintenance and hosting and upgrades and all sorts of stuff into that monthly fee, which was awesome. I only sold a couple of those, and then those people kind of quit because one of them is just a crazy man and horrible business person, great salesperson, and had just no clue. Like, his finances would always be up and down, up and down, up and down, because whatever. But we lost that account, and that hurt before we were able to stack enough of these 24-month website projects, right? And then the company shut down. Like, it was just kind of a bad fit at that point. So we had some momentum, and then it just stopped working. Anyway, so questions for today's homework, like what are one of the things that stuck out? I just talked about those. What do you think gave you the reaction to that presentation? Why that stuck out to me? Because having gone through essentially 2 businesses now, I consider this, like, SiteSmash kind of was reborn in January of this year, because we completely stopped doing websites and we're getting out of doing actual done-for-you marketing services that we were doing before, which was anything and everything somebody would send our way. And now we're focusing on training teams, building marketing teams, helping entrepreneurs bring marketing in-house sooner and faster, because that helps them actually grow their company faster than trusting a outsourced agency to do that for them, which is really hit and miss. Like, really, really hard to find a good agency to work with. There's over 200 in Salt Lake Valley, and I think only 20 of them, in my opinion, are actually solid agencies. And there's probably 50 I haven't met yet. Anyway, so that being said, so while at Acton, one of the things we learned is that you should keep an entrepreneurial journal. And I try to keep one of those on a regular basis. I have, where is it? I've got one book. This is my limiting beliefs book. So as I think about, have ideas or beliefs or things like that I think are actually not good for me, I write them down so that I can address them. So I'll sit on them, I'll recognize them, confront them, and then work to upgrade them, right? So for example, here's one, right? Like, I failed at picking business partners, so I'm probably better off alone in business. And I hear that a lot, but then I also see a lot of individuals who pick really good business partners. And that's something that I'm working to figure out. Like, how do I go about actually selecting a good business partner and to help me out with stuff? And then two, and then this is my lessons learned, like writing down what I've been learning. And there's two categories in this book that I write down. One is what I have learned as a result of failing or success or whatever it is in business endeavors. And then number two is, what do I know I don't know? And documenting those, I can then narrow the region of darkness around those items and start attacking those to eliminate that ignorance, so I know more about that type of stuff. Anyway, I would encourage you to do the same. It's super helpful. Journaling is just a great practice in and of itself, but journaling as an entrepreneur and writing down what you're learning and what you know you need to learn is even better. Keeps you focused. So that is today's One Funnel Away challenge. I will get to you tomorrow with day 3 in the pre-training One Funnel Away challenge.